Welcome back, everyone. Back again today for another daily teaching. I'm getting used to this now. Day 12. Day and night. AM and PM. This one is simple. And I really wanted to simplify today's teaching because there has been a lot to take in over the last few days. It can be overwhelming, a lot of information to download, a lot of things to think about. And as always, the mind often can get in the way. We may miss a day. We may fall behind. We may start having some thoughts. This is getting overwhelming. Am I doing the right thing? I'm finding this very challenging. That's all the mind. The fact that you're taking each day and really think about what you do in these teachings. You take some time out. You're still. You're present. You're listening to truth. And it's not just truth. It's truth delivered with love. It's truth delivered with a knowing. And everything that you're doing is going to improve your entire life. And the soul is honest, it's truthful. And if you listen to your soul, you know that this is growth. You know that you're learning more about yourself. And it's when we bring more awareness to ourselves, we start realizing there's a lot of things that we do in our life which is so far from the truth. A lot of choices that we make are actually pulling us back, weighing us down. And it's because we are unaware. And now we are bringing awareness to many aspects of our life. There's certain things that we do are automated. So we can get frustrated that we keep falling back, making certain decisions. But now you're aware of it. It's like being shown all the darkness which you wasn't aware of before. We say that the world's so horrible. Yet the world has always been like that, and it's only got better. Throughout our lifetime, the world has gone from dark to light, and it's continuing getting lighter. It's just when we become aware, it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to process. So this is the same. And as I continue to say, meditation is the soul. Meditation would solve all of these stresses if we did this consistently. And all the things they put into place, it will help improve your life in every aspect. Yet life can get in the way, and we can get caught up in life. So let's just start from basics. What do we do each day? We wake up and we fall asleep. Pretty much guarantee every person in this world does those two things. So let's start. We're going to look at the relationship, body, mind, and soul. And we're going to start at night time. So whatever happens in your day, and let's say that you literally haven't got round to doing anything, usually we just get annoyed with ourselves. And then that can happen the day after, and then we just give up. But we're giving up on life. We're giving up on ourselves, and now you're aware. You'll feel when you try to give up. Your soul will say, no, this is the way, this is the truth. Let's keep it simple. So let's start each night. And we're going to look at the sun. The sun sets and the sun rises. So at night time, the sun sets. Soul sets the mind. Mind sets the body. The body listens to the mind. If the mind listens to the soul, then there is oneness there. So at night time, when you do fall asleep, the mind's out the way. So it is the soul and body, God and the sun. And then the self comes back the next day. Progress. So instructions to the body, because the body responds to the mind. Just before we go to bed, the last things we do are so important. Because the body's going to do what it wants and what it knows is best. But if we give a further instruction to set intention. And sometimes the automation from the body is to overwrite bad habits, limiting beliefs, unconscious behaviors. It's to overwrite all that. So if we get in a habit, which is a really good habit, we're working with the body each night. So whatever has taken place for your day, and if we did this day by day, you'll see it's so easy. So before you go to bed, just think whatever stimulation from the mind that you're having, the body's going to take that on and it's going to have to deal with it. At the same time, then try and do everything else. And sometimes we put so much stress on our body, the body has a lot to work to do anyway. And then further stimulation, as an example, through our phone, through conversations, through things that are taking place in the day that we haven't let go of. The body's like, I've got to deal with that as well now. I love you, I will. But if you just let me do what I can do and let me show you, all I need you is just to tell me it's okay. So this is a great way, and it's great to improve your memory. And it's also a great way to be honest and face the truth. And because when we go back, which sometimes we're reluctant to because we know we've made choices, we know we've done things that do not serve our best interest, we try to forget about it, we try to park it, we try to hide from it. And again, that just builds up as energy inside the body, and at some point it's going to have to come out. And the more it builds up, then the emotions will start increasing too. And usually that will be a fearful response to the point where we do go into sadness. So, and this is where pen and paper comes down to. I always say that the feelings inside your body, when you speak your truth, you're getting those feelings into words, you let them out. Sometimes we don't have to speak our truth. We can write them down. The words are still coming out from our body onto a piece of paper. It's not inside us now, so it won't manifest, and we can come back another time. Again, a release of energy. So I encourage on your next night, before you go to bed, play around with this exercise. So I've got 4 things to recall your day. And it really tests your memory. And what happens is sometimes we get into a routine. Me personally, I love a routine. So if I look back, I'm like, oh, every day seems to be the same. Yet when you recall and go through each stage of the day, you'll see there's so much difference. Even though physically it looks the same, you've learned different things. You become aware of different things. You've heard now different things from stories. You're taking in different things. You're experiencing more feelings. So recall your day. From the moment you wake up, all the way through to when you go to bed. And I promise you, you'll pick up certain things which you've missed and you've forgotten about, even though it is in the same day. But by doing this continually, you'll start then having to face the things that bring you challenges. And if you dealt with it each day, think about that energy that's now not in your body. Energy keeps building up unless we deal with it, unless we flush it out. So it will become heavy. We're light beings. So the lighter you are, you're closer to soul. You're going to tap into the light source. You're going to be guided by the light. That's where insights will come. That's where you'll see the signs. So think about the difference of just having a lighter day. So recall your day, number 1. And then throughout your day, bring awareness to the highlights of your day. So that is to be positive. And throughout your day, find the things that have brought you growth, the teachings, the lessons. Like, what have you learned today? What have you put into practice? What did you notice? What signs showed up for you? The passions that you saw throughout the day. Because we're very reluctant to focus on the positives, because the negatives are the ones that give us the biggest impact. It hurts, yet we hold on to that. And to give an example, one bad, nasty text from someone, versus 20 good texts from other people, you still hold on to that one. Social media, you get one nasty comment and that's the one that triggers you. We don't let it go. So the highlights of your day. And Oprah shared a really good teaching. It's like all the good choices you make are usually the ones that rarely come with the greatest rewards. And when we make these choices, we know they're not great for us. So let's take food as an example. And it's that quick fix that we get. And we get that burst of energy, but we know it brings us down after. So just think of all the right choices you make are miracles. And then you go through your day, and how many miracles did you have today? So your highlights, the higher life is light. So by recalling a day and finding the highlights, then there's room to address the ego. Because this journey, the ego is appearing all the time. Even the little internal voice inside which you didn't let out. What did the ego do today? It's like the twin brother. Got to give that attention too. I always say the ego is the little terror. Once you work with it, it becomes your best friend. It becomes the teacher, from terror to teacher. And when the ego does go off, that is a warning. Pay attention. This is not serving you. Something is getting triggered for you to pay attention to. So to address the ego, what did you learn? What would you do differently? What was it that triggered you? Can you see how honest you can be with yourself by just addressing this? And I promise you, the more you do it, in the end, you start seeing the mind is working for you. It's creating for the soul. It's a perfect partnership, perfect body balance. And that's when you start getting proud of yourself, because you have put the work in for the mind to actually know, actually, this way is so much easier. I'm enjoying life like that. There's excitement for the mind. So we have to go in the dark, ego, to know the truth. We have to have those low points to find the highs. So when we face it, which can be scary, can be intimidating, it's usually because the ego doesn't want you to. Because once you address that, then it has to play game. And then the last thing is to set. Mind sets the body. And because the body loves the mind, and because the body's going to get to work, last instructions, intentions, a bit of love, a bit of appreciation, a lot of gratitude. Thank you, body. Thank you again for today. And this is what I want from you. So what I really like is the mirror. I'm going to ask you a really honest question now. How often do you look at yourself in the mirror? If you take the whole day, on average, how many minutes do you look at yourself in the mirror? I'm going to ask you even more honest question. How often do you look at yourself naked in the mirror? Ego's going off. If your body is God, how often are you noticing God every day? How often are you speaking to your body every day? How often are you appreciating your body every day? By looking in the mirror and facing, you can call it the darkness for now, facing your body head on. Your body's got your back. Internally, your heart's beating. You find your breath. You cut yourself. Your body works miracles. You eat food. Your body's already magic potions, balancing out all the sugar in the body, all the blood levels, hydration, warning signs, the lot. The body's amazing. The body also wants just a bit of love and attention. And I say the body is your loyal companion. And I say it's like the dog. And if you flip the word dog round, it's God. So what does a dog need each day? Love, attention, play, exercise. It's quite simple, really. So looking in the mirror each day. We brush our teeth, I hope so, morning and evening, day and night. So looking in the mirror, but spending just a bit more time and attention, actually notice yourself. And a great place to start, if you don't want to go to the body, is your truth. Look into the eyes of your soul. Literally take the time to stare and look right directly at the nose, because your soul knows. And you become one when you pull it into that focal point. So talk to your soul instead. If you was to tell your soul how you felt, your spiritual being, your truth, what would you say to your soul? If that was your dog, if that was your child, what do you say before you go to bed? So once we start noticing ourselves, the dog, you can imagine it's loves you. You walk through the dog, your dog's jumping up and down. Look in the mirror, your body's jumping up and down. Remember, your body's going to get to work anyway, and it's going to do it even more because you have noticed it. So when you then start looking at your body, you can tell it. I use the mirror as it's not your past. What you're seeing now is already gone. What you're looking at the mirror is now telling the body and your soul, this is what I want in the future. And you know when they say we got good lighting, we can stand in a slightly different position. We'll find that position in the mirror. Play around with just dark light in the background. There's a silhouette of the body. Speak to your body. Talk to your body. What do you want at night? Fully healing. I always say I'm ripped, I'm shredded and defined. I'm healthy. I'm mobile. I'm hydrated. You can give any words. Where your attention goes on the mirror, intention flows, intention in the body, and the body will get to work. If you trust in your body, God, and God works with the Son of God, soul, your spirit, mind's out the way. When the self comes back in the morning, you'll feel the difference. And it's ready to go again. So looking in the mirror, acknowledgement, notice and appreciate, be grateful. Smile, wave, dance, pull faces, be that little kid again because no one else is there. That takes very little effort and very little time. But just feel that your body is God, just waiting for you just to give it some extra love and affection. Now think about what takes place when you go to bed. So when you now get to bed, we get into the habit of looking at our phone again. So we've done all the good things for today, then we get our phone out. So regardless what's on the phone, that's a lot of information, there's a lot of words, there's fear depending on who we're watching our stuff from and what we're watching. Straight away you're giving that as an instruction to the body. So it's to be disciplined, is to cut that part out. And I always say, one last look in the mirror, get into bed. I like to put on an Audible book before I go to bed. And what I love about Audible is you can set a timer. I set a timer for 15 minutes and I'm usually asleep before that timer goes out. However, when I come back to the book, I remember listening to that. It sunk into my body. So I really encourage in something like that when you're listening to truth. Put on some music, calm the body down so the mind is out the way. Or stillness. In that stillness, one last intention before you go to bed, one last gratitude. Thank you, body. Maybe ask, what do you want to dream about tonight? What do you want to be shown in your dreams? And then focus on how do you want to feel when you awaken in the morning. Just imagine that. Your body will make it happen. So can you see it's small little things that really doesn't require any effort because you're doing all these things anyway. And it's to be disciplined, the disciple for the mind, just to do that. So think about whatever else has happened in your day. Let's say that you are carrying a conversation that's really stressed you out. Look into the mirror and say, body, Everything that's taking place today, let it go. We'll come back and we'll focus on it tomorrow as the observer, but flush it all out the body. Meditation would help that, but again, instructions. Your body will listen to instructions. Because you've had all these arguments and confrontations and conversations, your body's like, oh, I need to keep it. I need to store it. So just let it go. Flush it out of the body and just think, empty the body. Emptiness, hollowness, wholeness. A hole inside your body for your soul to float through. And you will see that your dreams will become more vivid. Your sleep will be deeper. And you will feel refreshed in the morning. So that's the night. So then when we awaken in the day, so the soul shows up every day. So think the soul's now resting in the body. I say at your roots. And we will come on to the chakras, your root chakra. The straight and narrow path will show how the sun rises up the body. There's one way up. And it's our mind that then has to work with the soul to let the soul show the way. And the mind just follows. The sun and the moon. But the mind is always a barrier at times. It takes over and forgets the simple things. So again, working with the soul is simple. So when you awaken in the morning, use the sun outside. That sun is now going to start rising up your body. Hello world, I am here. A big smile. Because that light is now rising up you, your body's going to respond to that. That feeling inside your body, knowing today is another day. That's a big smile now at the mind. Simple. Every day starts with a smile. Being grateful. Another day. More magic is going to take place, more learning, more teachings. More love, more God. If we can get into these habits of just starting the day like that, because before we go into the day, the body is rested. Before our mind even, now what have I got to focus on? Get triggered by certain things. Before all that, it's another night's sleep. Body feels good. So we continue that with the mind. Start on a roll. Start with the light. So I say that the mind welcomes the soul, but really it's the soul preps the mind, because the soul is constant. The soul is guiding the mind. So it's a prep, and the mind then works with the soul. The mind then welcomes the body. The mind then creates for the soul. Another day, another partnership. We're going to be one today. It's going to be one good, bright day. So how can we get into good habits in the morning? We awaken, we smile, stretch. Without doing anything else, see if you can activate your entire body without really moving. So you completely flatten your back, hands go above your head. And if we look at the movements in life, when we celebrate, when we're really excited, when we're waving to people, yeah, our hands are the highest position. That's the highest position. How often in our day do we actually put our hands above the head? So whilst you're laying in bed, stretch. And imagine in that position, how many positions can you get your body into? And it's activating the body. So you don't need to have any words, don't need to have any meanings, just activating the body. And how do you do that? Through the feelings, through the sensations. And then we can look at things like stretch, squeeze, shake, lengthen, twist, reach for the stars. Do it while you're laying down in your bed. But think as your body as a switchboard, a light board, and you're just lighting up every part of your body and every movement. That's noticing your body. That's activating your body. So at the very minimal, your body is now getting ready to go. And then with that, we can set intentions into that sensation. So imagine every cell in your body. Like we went on to the inner body, that cell has everything about you in there, one cell. That cell does things on its own, God. So if we're just noticing every cell, it means you're noticing God. Don't even need the mirror for that one. Bit of gratitude. Some instructions for the day. Remember, it's a partnership. And then think about your day, like what's on for today? That could be a question. What questions can you ask to go into the day? And through these teachings, you can take a lot of this now as awareness into your day. Ask and let go of finding the answer initially. And you'll see the answers will come back for you as you go through your day. So we said before, recall the day, highlights to address the ego and set. So we recall the day. This time we can call forward for the day. Like what really makes a successful day? We keep it simple: love, service, learning, growth, soul, mind, body as one, a new experience, some magical moments. So you can even set an intention, look out for the signs. Today is going to be a great day, a confirmation to your body. You get creative with this. So to call forward your day. So we had the highlights of the day at night. We can say the light's high. So you're going to be your highest self throughout the day. You're going to listen to your soul. You're going to always choose love. Remember, these are intentions. Your body will then tell you when you're out of alignment, because you've already given it clear instructions, and it's so clear, crystal clear, Christ all clear. Then there's a mind prep. Today, let's go at it. What can we learn about today? What can we remember? What can we experience? It's simple stuff. So mind prep. And then to finish your day is to set. Ready, set, go. So we're now giving gratitude, we're giving instructions, we've stretched the body. Let's go. And we can then go into the mirror again in the morning. Welcome back. Good to see you. Looking great today. Thank you. Have fun with that mirror. And the more you start noticing your body, you'll see the more it changes. The more you start working with your body, the more your body will perform for you. So then when you go through your day, you're going to see you've already been set. You're in good stead. And then you also know whatever takes place in your day, you have a really nice position to finish. We can be honest. We can create some space to let go. We're always going to have love, appreciation, gratitude, day and night, AM and PM. So the soul sets the mind sets the body. The body then stimulates the mind because the mind's already set it. The stimulation from the mind is through your senses, that gut feeling. Pay attention and work with the body, the partnership. And because the mind has nothing else to focus on now, from that feeling of stimulation, love, the mind gets to create for the soul, to remember for the soul. So the soul gets to experience a new day. Remember, the soul is love, growth, positive. It's a perfect partnership and it's very simple. So every day and every night, have a pen and paper by your bed. Get yourself a little book, little notes. Throughout the night, I wake up sometimes from my dreams and they're so vivid now, I write them all down. And there's so many times where I say, I'm going to try to remember them in the morning, I forget it all. But by writing them down, now my dreams are more vivid. So writing down throughout your day, noticing the ego, recalling your day will improve your memory. And all of this will enhance your experience because there is more awareness, and you can use that as reflection. And also, it's to be proud of what you have then achieved. Because sometimes we do forget, because some of these things are simple. And like I said, it's finding the miracles every single day. You are a miracle. Just look at your body. The things it does, and you and all the scientists and many people in this world have no clue how. It just does it. That is a miracle. You are one of a kind. 1 in 8 billion. It means you're special. A miracle and special. So have these as your knowing. Because I promise you, the external world then, as you go into the awakened state, it's all about observing. It's all about learning from the creation. Learning about yourself, learning from others. You become the student of life. And look how much you're learning already. Imagine now doing this consistently that you're not even thinking about anymore. It's just a natural thing, which means now you can put more attention on more things in your life. And quite quickly, over a number of years, you're going to see how much you've changed. It's not even a change, it's a transformation. And I really encourage, when we do reflect back, you'll see how far you come. And you're going to love the journey. You're going to love yourself so much more. And you're going to appreciate yourself so much more. So a positive one today, a simple one today. And just a reminder, what you're doing is very rare on the collective, but what you're doing is so powerful for the collective. These teachings will change the world because you will change your life. So I just wanted to share my gratitude to you, and I'm really excited to see what else comes up for you. So day and night. Enjoy, everyone.